Hey there! It's therapy and relaxation. Today we're talking about loss of intimacy in relationship. Let's go. Intimacy is often considered the heartbeat of a thriving relationship. It's the invisible thread that weaves two people together, fostering a sense of closeness, trust, and understanding that goes beyond mere physical connection. Yet, for many couples, the gradual loss of intimacy can feel both confusing and deeply painful. It's a quiet drift, sometimes barely noticed at first, but over time, it can create a chasm between partners who once felt inseparable. The loss of intimacy doesn't happen overnight. It's usually the result of a series of subtle shifts, missed opportunities for connection, unresolved conflicts, or the relentless pressures of daily life. Work, family obligations, stress, and health issues can all conspire to pull partners in different directions. The routines that once brought comfort can start to feel monotonous, and the spark that once ignited passion can begin to fade. Communication, or the lack thereof, plays a pivotal role. When couples stop sharing their thoughts, feelings, and dreams, emotional distance can grow. Small misunderstandings go unaddressed, and over time, partners may stop reaching out to each other for support or validation. Vulnerability, which once felt safe, might now seem risky or even pointless. The result is often a sense of loneliness, even when together. Physical intimacy is often the first place where this loss becomes apparent. Touch, affection, and sexual connection can wane, not always because of a lack of desire, but because emotional barriers have quietly erected themselves. What was once spontaneous and joyful can start to feel forced or absent altogether. This can lead to feelings of rejection, insecurity, or resentment, making it even harder to reconnect. But intimacy is not just about physical closeness. It's about feeling seen, heard, and valued. When this emotional intimacy fades, conversations may become superficial, focused only on logistics or daily routines. The deep, meaningful exchanges that once brought partners together become rare. Laughter, inside jokes, and shared dreams can be replaced by silence or even conflict. It's important to recognize that the loss of intimacy doesn't mean the end of love. In fact, many couples who experience this drift still care deeply for each other. The challenge is often in finding a way back to one another, rebuilding the connection that once felt effortless. The first step is often acknowledging the change. This can be difficult, as it requires honesty and vulnerability. Both partners need to be willing to look at what has changed and why. Sometimes this means confronting uncomfortable truths about unmet needs, unspoken resentments, or shifting priorities. Rebuilding intimacy is a process that takes time and intention. It often begins with small gestures, making time for meaningful conversation, expressing appreciation, or simply spending quality time together without distractions. It's about creating opportunities for connection, even in the midst of busy lives. Physical touch, even outside of the bedroom, can play a powerful role. Simple acts like holding hands, hugging, or sitting close can help reestablish a sense of closeness. These gestures signal care and affection, reminding both partners of their bond. For some couples, seeking professional support can be invaluable. Therapists or counselors can provide a safe space to explore underlying issues, improve communication, and develop strategies for reconnecting. Sometimes, just knowing that both partners are committed to working on the relationship can reignite hope and motivation. It's also important to remember that intimacy is not static. It ebbs and flows over the course of a relationship, influenced by life stages, external pressures, and personal growth. There will be times when closeness comes easily, and times when it requires more effort. The key is maintaining a willingness to nurture the relationship, even when it feels challenging. Self-care is another crucial aspect. When individuals prioritize their own well-being, physically, emotionally, and mentally, they are better able to show up for their partner. This might mean pursuing hobbies, spending time with friends, or seeking support for personal challenges. When both partners feel fulfilled as individuals, they are more likely to bring energy and positivity into the relationship. Rekindling intimacy also involves rediscovering what drew you together in the first place. Reflecting on shared memories, revisiting favorite activities, or even trying something new together can help reignite the spark. Sometimes, laughter and playfulness are the best antidotes to distance. Patience and empathy are vital throughout this process. It's normal to feel frustrated or discouraged at times, but it's important to approach each other with compassion. Remember that both partners are likely experiencing their own fears and insecurities. Open, non-judgmental communication can help bridge the gap, allowing both people to express their needs and desires. Finally, it's essential to recognize that every relationship is unique. There is no one-size-fits-all solution to restoring intimacy. What matters most is the willingness to try, to be honest, and to keep reaching for one another, even when it feels difficult. The loss of intimacy can be a painful chapter in a relationship, but it does not have to be the final one. With awareness, effort, and mutual commitment, many couples find their way back to a deeper, more resilient connection. In doing so, they often discover new strengths in their partnership, learning that intimacy is not just about passion or romance, but about the daily acts of love, understanding, and presence that sustain a relationship over time. In the end, intimacy is a journey, one that requires attention, care, and a willingness to grow together. Though the path may not always be easy, it is one well worth traveling, for it leads to the kind of closeness that enriches not just the relationship, but the lives of both partners. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to check out therapyandrelaxation.com for more. See you tomorrow.